So I'm going to give you multiple directions here. When I say go, you're going to stand up and spread out around the gym. You're going to create groups that are 4 or 5 people in a group. Once you have these groups, I want them to be mixed. After you have the group, I want your group to sit down in a small inward-facing circle and make sure that your group is spread out from other groups. If you can't find a group of 4 or 5, I want you to go to the middle of the gym. Go. Tony? My kids usually have the option of doing that same drill with one of the dumbbells. Yes, the thing I just did, the majority of my kids, the older kids, always had a choice for doing exercise. Walking over the dumbbell and doing exercise. Just making simple groups of 4 or 5 is still difficult for these kids to do. One of the teachers mentioned here earlier, he said, one of the reasons I think it's almost more difficult for you kids to come up with your groups is, he said, so many people are trying to talk and get the thing done that maybe it's confusing. But you sit here and you go, there's group 5, there's group 5, there's group 4, there's group 5, there's group 5, and he's on his own. Now, what's the obvious solution, folks? Now, isn't it real easy to see when it's all quiet and everybody's sitting there? But I told people if you couldn't get it, walk back to the middle of the gym. Well, one of the groups is standing there in the middle. What if you guys have been over here? Okay, it's one thing. Why don't you move over? Let's see. And most people, as they're on the way to the middle of the gym, when the group has already been made, they can kind of, on the way, they'll see their number and get it, or somebody will talk to them. I don't know, there was enough talking, but it didn't get done. You got to really listen to get TCC done. Okay, this is what I want you to do very quickly now in your inward-facing circle. I want you to discuss the meaning of the 3 words that make up TCC. Go. I mean, this is a duck, but if they don't know it, you've got permission to know nothing. Take that know nothing and use it to be okay. I don't know nothing. Why? I don't know. Okay. They don't lick it off the stove most of the time. We've got to start teaching them. Okay, good. Anybody have any trouble with those words? Good. Now, take about 40 seconds, get in a little closer, and very seriously, more deeply discuss which one of those 3 words is probably the most important, more important than the other 2, even though all 3 are important. Which one is probably more important than the other 2 to getting some physical task done that a group's going to have to do as a group? Which one do you think is probably the most important? Discuss it. Now, what did I tell you last night is what most schools Good enough, you done? Which one did you guys think was most important? Teamwork? What'd you think? Communication, what'd you think? What'd you think? Cooperation, what'd you think? Teamwork. That's high. That's high. Now, Kids, I'm going to give you a hint as to which one's most important, but we're going to have to do another thing as I do it. So I want you to follow this next thing quickly as soon as I get done with it. But it'll give you a hint as to which one's most important. Okay, you ready? Messieurs, comment voulons-je vous faire celui-là? Que vous le répétez, c'est vous allez attendre. Je ne veux pas faire, je ne suis pas si terre, quand tu lèves les jambes, les déséquilles. Go.
That's French.
Nobody's doing anything. You don't know? Oh! Communication. Guys, all of them are good. You can make a case for all of them. But communication kind of comes first, doesn't it? If you mess up on the hey, earlier in the day here, when you've had trouble getting some things done, what was it that kind of led to the problem to your group not getting things done? Communication. You mean patterns mean more than isolated incidents? That was here at Read It that was always up on my wall. That was always there. Patterns mean more than isolated incidents. If Muhammad can't come to the mountain, there were some that are just key, that all of a sudden, when you've been around it, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, you just knew it. Okay. French words. Jeanne d'Arc. There's no light in the bathroom. That's a joke. Okay, kids, you've come up with communication, right? Okay, here's what I want you to discuss. I'm only going to give you about 40 seconds to do it. And before I do it, is there a difference between discuss and do? Is there a difference between discussing something and doing something? Yes. Yes. This goes back to the three things that identify a yellow brick. You will see them verbally intervene, you'll see them physically intervene, and you'll see them do it with body language. Kids, I do not want you to do whatever you're discussing right now. You understand? Don't do it. You just discuss it. Now here's what I want you to discuss. If I all of a sudden looked at your group and I said, group, I want you to stand up and I want you to make an inward-facing circle, obviously connecting your hands. Once you have connected your hands, I want you to take that inward-facing circle, and I want you to turn it into an outward-facing circle without letting go of hands or without ending up what we call pretzel on. So that is what I want you to discuss. How you would do that if I looked at your group and told your group to do it. Discuss it. You don't get that difference between discuss and do. Okay, stop. Two girls in this group stood up, connected hands, started doing stuff. Another girl stood up. So those three were standing up, connecting hands. Did either of your boys, you two boys that were left, did you look at those girls and say, we're not supposed to be doing it, you need to sit down? Did you do that? You did? No. Did you do that? Your group is disbanded. Go to the wall and simply watch and ask them to go over to the wall. Girls, do not sit right beside each other because you girls will start talking to each other. They were somewhat hyper in doing that, and I was hoping someone in their group. And I was kind of glad one group stood up and then got hands and did that. But when you see that, then you're waiting for one person in the group to say, hey, remember, we're not supposed to do it. We're not supposed to be doing it. If someone had done that, what part of TCC would they have been doing?
What would they not have been doing?
No, if someone had looked, if one of those boys had looked at the girls and said, hey, girls, you're not supposed to be holding hands and doing it. One of them looked at that and said that. What part of TCC are they using? Say it. Communication. If the girls had gone, oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, and sat down, what would they be doing? And it would have led to good teamwork. But there was no communication and they were doing it wrong. Right now you are disbanded, but that's all you are is disbanded. Okay, this group, when I say go, you will have 30 seconds to stand up, make an inward-facing group, turn it into an outward-facing group without letting go of your hands if you can do it. And you can talk, you can discuss, you can help any way you want. You also can't fall down. Go. Okay, did they start out in an inward-facing circle this way? No, they did not. Sit down. This group, go. If you let go, you must sit down. Good try. Go. It is the struggle from which leadership comes. Konnichiwa, arigato. 40 seconds is up. Sit down. Good try. Go. Forty seconds is up. Good try. Go. This group, if I put you together again, will at least one of you become leader enough in the group that if you see something going wrong, you will calmly tell the rest of the group? How many of you in your group would be willing to do that if you see it? Good. You guys go try it. Now you see why it's called the people pretzel? Okay, watch here. One person, put your ear up for me in the group so I can whisper something to you. Everybody under the same bridge. You may not do it. You may talk about it. Go. Okay, what hint is it? Watch it. Sometimes the answer comes from the quietest person in the room. Okay, stop discussing. Do I have a group that thinks they can do it? That group thinks they can, that group does. Good. This group, go. Other groups, you should not be talking. Stop. Not bad. Which group thinks they can do it? This group. Do it. Sit down. This group. Sit down. Other groups, do not get hyper. Good. Sit down. Go ahead. Good. Sit down. Listen, carry carefully. When I say go, you only have 20 seconds to discuss, but not do. You will have 20 seconds to discuss what you would do to start out in an outward and then make it an inward. Discuss it. Good. All groups, go. Sit down. This group, you are considered the lead group now. You went from one area to another pretty quick. Hope you don't get back to having to be disbanded. You are now the lead group. You are the second group. You are the third group. This group, right here, you come sit right beside each other here. And this group, you come sit right beside each other here. Lead group, listen to my directions. When I say go, you must stand up and get in huddle style. Once you are in huddle style, you must pick 3 people that you think, out of this group, of any of these people here, you must pick 3 people that you think will join your group, work hard for your group, and allow you to still have success even though you're with a bigger group. Once you are in this huddle style and doing that, you will only have 15 seconds to do this discussion. Go. You are disbanded. You did not go to huddle style. You must go join the middle group now. Okay. This group, listen to the directions. When I say go, you must stand up and get in football huddle style. Crow Agency Indian Reservation, Hardin, Montana. That teacher was fascinated that they did that. He told me, I had no idea. Most schools, if you put a little pressure on them, they're going to do it. Okay, or if they know it. How can you do something you don't know? Okay, you notice huddle style is one of the things, and the green, one of the dots, it's one of the references. It's kind of an important term. It lends itself later to yellow brick students, to your leaders, to things getting done. When I say go, I want you guys to stand up football huddle style. And I want you to look at this group right here, and I want you to decide 3 people that you would think would join your group and really be good at doing this with more people. And once you stand up, you're only have 15 seconds to decide it. Do it. Who do you want? Don't. Football huddle style, 15 seconds, choose 3. You are not football huddle style. One girl did not bring her around. Did you guys tell her to put her arm around? Did she have Yeah, you did. It was supposed to be football huddle style. So you come here and sit. Okay, here we go. This group, when I say go, I want you to discuss how you're going to make, and you'll stand up and make an inward. How you make an inward to an outward, and your outward to an inward, but you won't use the same bridge. Discuss it. Picture the balance table. Same type of thing. You can't go huddle style. How are you going to get down here? Good, that's enough time. When I say go, you'll have 30 seconds to get this whole thing done. Go. Football huddle side, pick 4. Who do you want? Comment. Good. You folks, make a circle facing each other, sitting down. Just sit down and make a circle facing each other. You're going to say you're going to let those two hang out there, bro, much longer and not tell them to get in the circle? Okay. Both groups. Discuss how you're going to get that done with a big group like this. You discuss it too. Same thing. You're going to make an inward to an outward to an inward. You can't use the same bridge. It's always good for the kids to start to discover you're going to get included in that unless there's something kind of major to keep you from being part of the growth. Good. Lead group, calmly, go. Kid still looks like he's chewing gum. Yeah, tongue, he goes not. Give me a shot during the duck season, stop whacking the flag. Good, sit down. You guys. Stay down. They're good. And you can do it too. I'm going to give you guys even a little more of a hint. Go slow. Stay calm. Give it better. Go. We almost lost it with the speed. When it hits, it hits. It's crack the whip and it hits. Okay, troublemakers. Both groups, join, discuss how you're going to do it. Coming back when you hit somebody. Kids are smart ways. They lose it. You notice how I told them, this other group, go slow. Okay, sit down. I shouldn't give you this much of a hint, but we've got to get on to other things. Do you know what momentum is?
Yes.
Who does know what it means? It's kind of an advanced word. Young lady, what's it mean?
It means like keeping it going. Like if you like stop and momentum stops and it goes like figure
Yeah,
out.
momentum means something that's moving, all of a sudden wants to keep moving, and it's very difficult for it to stop. I'm going to give you guys a hint with a big group. Going fast, if the momentum hits at the wrong time and the person is slightly not ready, when the pressure comes for them, and they're slightly off and their momentum is too much, your group messes up because of the speed created by the momentum. I'm going to suggest you go slow, communicate well. You have one try to start out in an inward, make it an outward, and make it outward back to an inward without using the same bridge. Calmly go. How interesting, you would ask that. Not using the same bridge, what would that be? Yes, you asked me that. Field day. Can the whole 5th grade class do it outside? Can they add the 4th grade? Can they put the teachers in? One of the groups could do it trying hard. That's wonderful. You go, good. There was struggle, they couldn't do it. And then same thing, you'll go around, you'll give them the hint, you'll let them go. When they're really good, you can do the whole thing, Mom. What would Mom mean?
No, yes.
Okay. Can't talk. Okay. All right. That was the people pretzel. Okay, good job, folks. You did a nice job. The value of that is by far the discussion and the huddle type of stuff that's going on at that time. That's where the good stuff is. And the kids start to discover, if I can add it there, I can do it at some other point. The kids start to listen to people. Wow. Okay.